Hey, good morning, everybody. Are you a deliberate parent or you intend to become a deliberate parent? I want to give you these tips on what to do. I'm one of those parents that have goals in life. One of my goals in life is to ensure that my kids grow up spirit, soul, and body balanced. I am one woman that will never allow anybody disrespect my children or bully them. I want my kids to know their right on time and in time, and what to do and what not to do. So now the term is over and kids are on holiday, rather the schools are on vacation. What I want you to do is that if your kids come back home without good results, don't be bothered. Just call them and encourage them and tell them that you know they can do better, that they are greater than what they got, but they can do better and enhance on their performances and all of that. Do not talk down your children, because this is where bullying starts from. This is where children lose their self-esteem. Ensure that you build your children's self-esteem to the point that they can stand in the Committee of Nations and speak boldly without being afraid of anything. I remember I'm using this as a kind of background to give you what I did that worked for me. In the last term, my daughter had more of B's, and in their marking scheme, their head teacher's marking scheme is so high that when you have 79 is a B, it's not an A. For some schools 70 is an A, but in their own marking scheme 79 it's a B. So my daughter, from this term, she decided that the lowest she was going to get is 81, and she got A's all through. She got 90 something, 81, 90 something, 80 something. You get? So now one of my sons, who used to do so well, became relaxed because he believed that whether he reads or not. And for me, being a deliberate parent, I ensure that I put my kids on their toes. In fact, there was a day I almost asked mothers on social media, how do you draw the line so that I don't look like a mother or a parent who is trying to put the children under pressure to do things, because all the time my kids is, have you laid your bed? Have you done your homework? Have you read? I put them on their toes. Like one of the books I ensure that I allow my kids to read, mostly my third born, who is one of the triplets, is Ben Carson's books, because I understood that he and Ben Carson kind of have similar struggles. When Ben Carson was his age, they had similar struggles. Ben Carson's problem or challenges were even more than that of my son, but I saw that they had same similarities, and I thought that if he could read up on The Gifted Hands by Ben Carson, all of those was going to build his character and make him believe in himself. And that is why most times when you have children, you see that they bully each other, telling the other one that you are not so intelligent. And for me, all the time I find opportunities to tell my son how wonderful he is, how intelligent he is, how he asks intelligent questions, and that has helped us a lot. Now back here, my daughter, whose result came out just yesterday, I discovered that this term she did A's all through. And then the next, that my son, I told you, the second one, that's with my first son, but the second one in the triplets, he used to have this confidence that he's so intelligent, so whether he reads or not, whether he pays attention or not, he's going to make it. But at the end of the day, this time he got all B's and one A, and he cried. He really, really wept. Then my other son, whose similarities are like that of, or who has same similarities with Ben Carson, he did. To me, he tried, but his teacher is saying that they have to work more on him, which is okay. But for me, knowing where that my son is coming from, the accident he had, the times he missed in school, the boy is really doing well. He had more of C's and one B, which I see as an excellent result, and I thank God for that. Then going to my other son, who is the last. My other son is the last, is the fourth child. He came alone. He's not one of the triplets. He had three A's and the rest B. So he was crying, Mommy, he was saying, Mommy, how can I have a B in, sorry guys, people are passing, so I'm a bit distracted. How can I have a B in English? English is the simplest. That's what that boy said. That boy is just 7 years. The way he said it, he said, no. I told him, see, you don't have to beat yourself about it. You've done a good job. I told them, I said, your marking scheme in your school is so high. Like now, your other schools will have 79 to be an A, but in your school 81, even 80 is not considered an A in their marking scheme. So you did a good job. It's just like there are people who graduate with first class, there are people who graduate with second class upper, And the second class upper is so is a strong one, because probably they had just 2 marks to make it first class. But those people, you cannot rank them to any regular second class. There are people who have second class lower that is still higher than and closer to second class upper. So when I sat down and spoke to them about this, I said, see, this is not a time for you to beat yourself over this. Just all you need to do is to buckle up and do better. So right now, and my husband had planned that we are going to take them out to buy something for them, even though their teacher said she was going to bring something for the people that did so well, which I knew she was going to bring for everybody, but those who did excellently well, she was going to bring something for them. It's just a way of encouraging your children. Growing up, my dad would always give us novels to read during the long holiday, and we would read it to summarize it. Those books are books my dad had read already, and that is how my dad introduced me to politics, because my father encouraged me to read newspapers. My father encouraged me to to study a lot of things that are going on in the environment, and that has really worked for me. So I just thought to do this short video to encourage mothers out there, parents out there, that they should not give up on anything, that whatever it is your child is struggling with, read up on it, get books for them, encourage them, buy things for them. My dad used to buy things for us, take me out. I'm a daddy's girl, but my dad didn't tolerate nonsense from me. But I was this child that till now, I drove when my dad was alive. Like, I drove when I was much younger. All of a sudden I stopped driving, because in my house, once you're 18, my father encourages you to pick up a car and learn how to drive. I don't drive because I'm this child that felt that, okay, I don't want to displease my parents. I don't want my dad to quarrel. I don't want my mom to quarrel. So I grew up not knowing how to do a lot of things. I just did things that that I needed to do. That I didn't go out of my way to do things that were not in my place to do. I don't know if you understand. So I don't want my kids to be like me. Right now, I'm currently having anxiety problems, and then I'm on drugs for anxiety. I'm sorry I have to say this, but that also means that as a parent, you should learn to be very deliberate and balance your children, so that they don't live in fear. I wasn't living in fear, but I just grew up seeing that we had a lot of people in my house, and my dad is always saying, why did you do this? He's always quarreling about things they did. So I just felt, I'm this kind of person that I advise myself from people's experiences. I'm not one person that wants to experience it. I'm not that stubborn to want to experience things. I was once bullied, and that's why I grew up. I don't want my kids to be bullied. Yes, I was also bullied by some of my siblings, but they didn't see it as bullying. But me, because I noticed those things growing up, I decided not to allow that in my home. So there are times that you can see things in your home that you don't like and stop them. So guys, that's why I decided to do this video, to encourage you. If your kids didn't do well, don't worry. My kids did excellently well this term, and I'm so happy. And that is why their father and I will be taking them out after service to ensure that we get them some gifts. Thank you guys if you have watched this video to the end, and if you feel that this video blessed you, you could share. Thank you guys.